Hello and welcome back to Here We Tow. Today I'm at Kimberley Caravans and Motohromes in Darlington and I'm here to review this. This is the Carthago Liner for Two i53. Now Kimberley are a fairly new dealership for Carthago, but they do have a number of models on display here at Darlington. Carthago, it is a German manufacturer and one that I've done several reviews of before in the past. Now in terms of the Liner for Two, this is one of the top end of their models and there is also a longer version. I'm going to dive in, take you around, and we're going to find out a little bit more about this luxury liner. So what do we need to know about it? Well, first of all, it is an integrated or A-class motorhome, and that I before the 53 on the Carthago range is going to tell you that it is an integrated model. This one is actually based on the Fiat, so it comes with the Fiat 2.2 litre diesel engine, 180 horsepower and automatic transmission as standard. It does, however, have an ALKO chassis. In terms of its size, so this motorhome, it's 7 metres and 83 centimetres in length, so it's not an excessively long motorhome. It's 2 metres and 27 centimetres in width, and it's 3 metres and 8 centimetres in height, so it is quite a high one. In terms of weight, now it comes standard at 4,500 kilos, however this one has been upplated to 4,800 kilos or 4.8 tonnes, so you are going to need the C1 category on your driving licence. Carthago, German manufacturer, these are top-end motorhomes, and as I say, the Liner for Two is pretty much up there as one of its flagship models. Price, this one here, Kimberley, is going to set you back £220,000, so hopefully you've got a bit of money to spend. Now this one here, as shown, is in the silver line paintwork. It comes standard in white, but this has had the silver line on it. Let's start at the front. So here we have the big integrated or A-class windscreen, the Carthago name up there. And then as we come down, we see the chrome grille with the large letter C on the front and these nice LED headlamps. It is a striking vehicle. What I also like is you will get the coach style wing mirrors, as you can see there. Up on the roof, this one here at Kimberley has a 150 watt solar panel, and that's complemented by 3 lithium batteries and an inverter. So that's what you're going to get for your travels on this particular model. We'll make our way down the offside. You will get the alloy wheels, and as we come down we can see the silver line paintwork and the graphics or the decals for this 2025 season. You have the C here with the Liner for Two. On Carthago, what they will do is specify the model here written on it. So that's how you can spot what they are when they're out and about on sites or on the road. Moving down, as you'll see now, because normally in Europe these are left-hand drives, for the UK they're right-hand, there is no entrance door on this side. That is on the near side. You will get a lot of storage on this motorhome. Let me make a start with opening this up for us first of all. So if I open this, lift it up, what you can see, I've opened the one on the other side already, so you can see the amount of through storage all the way through here. So whether you've got skis or you've got boating equipment or items that are quite a good length, fishing rods, whatever it might be, you can literally feed them straight through the motorhome. And as I say, that is accessible on both sides. You will also get a gas barbecue point, which is just there, and a hose as well. This is actually for flushing out your tanks. I won't go too much into what sort of tanks those are, but that is a nice little fitted hose. Coming along here, this is the waste disposal for your water tanks, and there's actually a little camera fitted here, so when you go to the wastewater point you'll be able to see as you pull over the service point where you're going to dump. I'll talk about the capacity of the tank shortly. There's also an electric step here, and then the large habitation door. And what I like about this, I'll just demonstrate this now, is when you pull it open, it has electric assistance. So although it is a big heavy door, it's going to open nicely for you, as we can see there. And that gives us a bit of an idea of the beautiful interior that awaits us. I'm already looking excited. Up here we have the 2-lay awning. Now this is electrically operated. You press a button inside and you'll deploy the canopy. It also has an LED strip light running underneath there as well. Coming along, our electric hookup points, as you can see we are hooked in. And then the garage. So the Liner for Two has a good sized garage. Let me open this up as well. Now these are fairly fairly heavy and substantial doors, but they have got good hydraulic struts which help. So pop that open. If you're small like me, when it comes to closing, there is a strap, you can pull that down. So this is our garage space. There is an external shower. There is a winder for the awning, so if anything goes wrong, you can manually retract your awning, that's not a problem. And we can see the amount of garage space we are going to get in here. Right, let me just close that down so you can see that that is quite possible even for a smaller person. There we go. Right, under here, I'll just show you this next. So you may be able to see under here, we actually have an ALKO HY4 self-levelling system. So this has been deployed in the showroom so we can see it in action. When you arrive on site, press a button, the motorhome will level itself. The ALKO HY4 system also gives you the ability to weigh your motorhome. It'll weigh each four corners as well as the whole motorhome. So if you're in a position where you need to know the weight of your motorhome, you can do that with that system, and that's fitted to this one here at Kimberley. Now onto the back end. We have the rear view camera, the high brake light, and you'll notice there is a window in the back, which is quite unusual for motorhomes. That's because we're going to see something rather nice in there. So a beautiful big silver back end. Let's head off down the near side. So on the near side, there's a second garage door, and then we have our water filling point. This motorhome has a huge freshwater tank, 210 litres. In terms of the grey waste, 155 litres. Big tanks on board. Then there's the vent for the ALDE central heating. It's got the ALDE wet central heating system. It also has a heat exchanger. So when you arrive on site, you can either plug it in and use it on the electric, or you can use it on gas. So that's what's going to power your ALDE wet central heating. Next up, under here, we have our gas locker. And again, a nice heavy door which has an opening here. So you'll be able to fit two 11 kilo gas bottles under there. So if you're someone that goes off grid and uses gas, you're going to have plenty of room for that. Toilet set point. And then I opened up this other locker that we saw at the other side so we could see that from here. And again, the graphics down the near side. Now this is the entrance door for the cab. Because we are right-hand drive instead of left-hand drive, it does actually open up into our passenger side. But if we open up in here, you can see the passenger side for access there, the cream leather finish on there, electric windows, and you will get a premium sound system as well. We'll see more of the cab when we go in, but that is the Fiat multifunctional steering wheel, the infotainment system, heated seats, electric gear transmission there, and other features. Right, let me close that. Come on then, let's venture around and we're going to take a look inside. So coming round, the habitation door is on the off side because it is a European motorhome. Before we go in, just take a closer look at the door. There's a nice grab handle here, Carthago embossed there. You will get a concertina blind for privacy and a little hook up there for when you have got your door closed and you've got your coats to hang up. Okay, let's dive inside and take a look at the liner for two. Now normally when we come inside the motorhome, I tend to start at the front. However, I'm going to start at the back because this is where the magic happens. This is absolutely beautiful. It's got the ivory leather. One thing Carthago do really well are the interiors, and hopefully you agree with me. Now liner for two is quite a unique layout, and although it is a liner for two, on this version you will get 4 travel seats. You actually have 2 seat belts in the back panels here, which will give you seats as well as the 2 cab seats as well. So as you can see, we have a huge leather finished wraparound lounge. I'll just take a seat. Now this motorhome as a liner is perfect for people who are on the road, on the travels, and they do like relaxation. With a motorhome, you sacrifice that quite a lot of the time, but not with this, even at 7 metres and 83 centimetres. So a beautiful wraparound lounge, plenty of space to relax, and then you have this good size fixed table here in the middle for everyone to sit around. As you can see, running around the back of the motorhome, there are a number of cupboards. I'll just open a couple of these up so we can take a look. They're finished with the dark wood and they have the cream gloss as well, and they have nice strong hinges. That's one there, and I'll just move behind me and open this one so we can see in there. So you can see the depth to those as well. As I say, there are the 2 seat belts in the corner. You have these headrests as well for when you're sitting and relaxing. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of exciting things. So, not the window, although we've got a really good sized window at the back there with a blind and a fly screen. But one of the things that the Liner for 2 has, you'll notice a button here, and this is actually a recliner. So if you press the button, which I'll do, I'm not going to sit on it because I'll never get off it. That'll be it for me. I'll be chilled out. So as you can see, you keep pressing it and electrically it's going to recline out. So, and then press the button, it's going to go back in. That's a really good feature for me. I love it. While that's going in, I'm going to move over to the off side of the motorhome. Now this one has had this 40-inch television fitted. So a 40-inch television. It is electrically operated in terms of the up and down mechanism here. So you don't have to drive around with your TV on display. Electrically, it will drop down. So we've got the TV there, and it is a really good size. So when you're sat back reclining, you've got a great view over there. Here we have a USB charger and a plug socket, so if you did want additional items there, you can. Now under here, I'll just open these, you'll see we've got a mixture of shelving and drawer space. There's definitely no lack of drawer space and storage within the Liner for 2, that's for sure. I'll close that up. When your television is dropped down, there is again another big window here. So again, plenty of light, good for ventilation. The speakers are in the back here, part of the sound system. And then there's 2 huge sunroofs as well. So these are open up at the moment, plenty of air you can get in. They do have a blind and a fly screen. So this is a very nice back end, really like it. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to venture now further into the actual motorhome itself. Now what you do need to be careful of is there is actually a step here, and I think Carthago have realised that you might miss it, so they've actually put a strip light there. So you're now going to step down to your next level. So stepping down, we come into the kitchen. This is not bad at all. What I like about this is you do get worktop space, which again sometimes you don't with a motorhome. You're not having to go and use your table back there. You've got worktop space here. When you remove that, you've got space on here as well. Be careful not to spill anything on your ivory leather, otherwise you'll be in trouble. But yeah, lots of space. These here are actually part of the sink cover, but that's nicely stored there somewhere to put it. Right, let's make a start over here. This one has got 3 gas burners, so plenty of space for doing your cooking. Coming across the circular sink, as I say, you do have the covers, and then we have the swivel tap, and this does pull out as well. Somewhere for our kitchen roll here, and then above me, if I open these cupboards up, we have a good amount of shelving and cupboard space. And next to it, this one here at Kimberley has had the coffee machine fitted to it. So this is an optional extra. If you're speccing up a Liner for 2, go on the Carthago website and obviously add your bits and pieces. You'll find it soon adds up in terms of the cost of it. Now, moving down, there's a bank of drawers. It's interesting, it does have a locking mechanism, which is this button here. So if you can't open your drawers, you might have locked it. So if you give it a press, these will unlock. And as we can see, we have a good sized cutlery tray, more drawer space here. And these are the cream gloss, and they are all soft close. Just open a couple more. So plenty of room in here for storing all your kitchen bits and pieces, loads of room for pans and things like that. Again, motorhome kitchens often lack space, but not in the Liner for 2. And if I pull this out, this is actually a rack space. So I'll show you that from this side, and you've got bins in here. So when you come through, I'll show you those. Moving along, I'll make my way over the roof before I get to the fridge. There is an extractor fan here, so if you are cooking in here, you can pull out those stinky smells. If your cooking's anything like mine, God help you. Here we have a Truma air conditioning unit. So this one's been fitted to the Liner for 2, again here at Kimberley. So Truma air conditioning. And then we come to the Dometic Tower fridge and freezer. 153 litres of capacity. If I open this up, we can see the shelving in here. And we've got our freezer compartment there. So ideal if you do like to go touring for quite a long time. I personally think the bigger the fridge and freezer, the better. Certainly the fridge for me. I don't often use my freezer, but I use the fridge, and I do like to get as much in there as I can, so I'm not having to go to the shops all the time. Underneath, more drawer space. This nice dark wood, and again soft close, and again there as well. Really nice. And then coming along, the habitation door. So as I've come through, we find the light switches and the control panel for the electric step and a plug socket are here where I've come in. And then above the door, we start with the retro dials. So these are the Carthago retro dials, really like these. And then we come into the more modern part. Obviously we've got our updated controls, and that's going to control the batteries, the water, all these functions, and your ALDE wet central heating button. So everything is in here. Obviously, when you buy a motorhome like this, your dealer's going to give you a really good demonstration of how all the features work. If I just open this again, you can see in there the bank of drawers there, the rack, and also your bins. So that's where you're going to be able to dispose of recycling or food waste or general waste. Right, close that up. So as we can see, say a mirrored part here as well. And then on this wall, we've got the nice cream gloss and more hooks for our bits and pieces. And then coming along, if I slide this out, further rack storage as well. You can put in there whatever you like. Right, now I'm going to move along into the next part. So the liner for two is separated into these different parts of the motorhome, starting at the back. Now as I come through, this is where we're going to find washroom space, shower space and wardrobe space. Now I'll just demonstrate this first of all. So I've got this beautiful lighting bar here, and if you want to separate these spaces, you can simply close the washroom door and then you've separated yourself off. So that's nice to see. I'll show you from the other side how all this works as well. Now coming through, we'll start on the off side of the motorhome. So on the off side, there's a very good size shower cubicle. I'll step in as well so you can get an idea of headroom. So not a bad amount of headspace. Obviously, if you're taller, you're going to find it a bit smaller. There's a rain shower and there is a sunroof for ventilation. You've then got the main shower head that you can hold and move about, taps for operation, and this sliding screen as well. Here in this corner, there is somewhere to put your shower gel, so you can actually put your shampoos and shower gels there. And the bonus of this motorhome, because you've got such a huge fresh tank, you shouldn't have any issue showering here. Right, what I'll do is I'll just step out of there and I'll just close this across while we're here. So if I do that and turn this button here, that door is now shut. Okay, now we've got a big mirrored screen. And then we have our washroom on the near side. There is this solid ceramic toilet there. There is heating from the ALDE wet central heating system, and it is beautifully finished with the wood, the mirrors, and then the grey colour as well at the back. What I like to see in here is there is a bar there to put a hand towel, which is just here. There is a toilet brush holder as well. And then if I open this, you've got a little bit of storage in here, as you can see. And in this side, you've got a toilet roll holder and a wash basket. Now what you do with your toilet roll, in case you're wondering, is after you put it on there, you feed it through your letterbox slit, and that's where you're going to access your toilet roll. Now I'll close that. There is a plug socket in here, these Hollywood style mirrors, and I'll open these up for the cabinets. Bars across here. So this is something I always talk about, is, you know, these are things you want to look for, because when you've been driving your motorhome, you don't want everything to fall out on you, especially when you just spent £220,000. I'll be absolutely gutted. And then if I open this one, there's a little bit of storage just in that back corner as well. So it's not a wasted space. And then we've got our toothbrush holders and a soap dispenser. And the sink has got this beautiful tap. I do like this chrome tap as well. So I'll just step out and you can have one more little look in there. That's a nice space. And the dark wood floor is absolutely beautiful. Yes, right. Let me unlock this and close that across now. So we'll close that back. So this is how normally it would be looking. Now, here we have, if I open this for you, we have our wardrobe. Now this is not bad space, look at that. So we've got hanging space for wardrobe at the top, and there's also a wardrobe at the bottom. So you've got two sets of hanging space there. And then we have a further privacy screen here. So this, you will pull this off. If you wonder how you operate these little leather straps and these buttons, you almost pull this bit away. They're a little bit fiddly if you've never experienced them, but that's what you do. And then you can slide this screen across for privacy here. I'll just close that back up. Now coming through, I'll talk about the bed in a minute, because yes, you have got a bed. It's a drop down bed, and here it is. So we'll come to that. Coming through, this is additional storage or office space. So if you are wanting to work on the road, you can utilise this area and also on the off side, but we'll come to that. So you've got this worktop space here to utilise, and then a further bank of incredibly large drawers. If you're the sort of person that loves taking stuff with you, well, you've been your element with these. Just close that. This is a staircase, so you can get up onto your bed. I'll show you all that in a minute. And there's more storage under there. Slide that back across. Now, if you want to watch television in bed or while you're sat up here, there is a television here, and this is a 24-inch television. There's also a USB charging point as well. So that's situated just there on that wall. On the off side of the motorhome, there is further worktop space, again for working, whatever you choose to do, a window, and then more drawer space. So you're getting a lot of drawer space for your 220,000. I won't go through all those. And this, you have got another piece of privacy screen that's going to pull across here. So when your bed's down, you can pull that across for privacy under this part. At the front of the cab, you will get an electric blind, so you've got full privacy at the front. There's blinds as well on the cab, so you do have privacy up here in the front of the motorhome. And this gives us a better perspective of it as opposed to when we saw it from just through that passenger window. You'll be able to see your rear view camera in here. There's operations for various controls in here. Again, ask your dealer to demonstrate all of those. There's storage in the door pocket on the driver's side as well. And that window does slide open for some ventilation. And you will get air conditioning up here in the cab as well. Right, let's move on. Oh, and the beautiful ivory leather finished Carthago chairs as well. Sleeping. So when it comes to bedtime and you're in your liner for two, the good thing is if somebody likes sitting up and watching telly, the other person can come back here and chill out here. This is electrically operated. I'm going to deploy it slightly. I believe for full operation you do have to flick the two seats down. Electric button here, press that and it's going to come down. Now this, although it is a double bed, it's in effect almost two singles because you have this cut out here. These are good size. Let me just bring it down a little bit further and then you can have a look up there yourself. Right, I'll bring it down to there. There we go. Right, you dive up there. So in terms of size, the longest part of the bed is 2 meters long. The other side is 1 meter 95. So that's 200 centimeters or 195 centimeters. So no matter how tall you are, you should be pretty okay up here in the liner for two. And it's 2 meters and 10 centimeters at its longest width there across the bed. So if you're using it as a proper double, it is absolutely huge. Equally, if you use it as singles, you've got good length. You do have a sunroof up there for ventilation. There's light switches as well, so you're not going to be up there in the dark. So this is a nice bed space, and it does come further down, and then you use that step that I demonstrated in that bank of drawers to be able to climb up. So that is your liner for two bed. So that's the bedroom space. Shower space, wardrobe, that washroom. We'll move back through. We have our beautiful kitchen area, the good size Dometic fridge and freezer, and then this huge, beautiful wraparound ivory leather lounge area, complemented well with the darker wood and the cream, I think. And don't forget your huge 40-inch telly and your reclining chair as well. Right, let's just dive out and we'll have a little summary, I think. So that is the Carthago liner for two i53 here at Kimberley. This is a beautiful motorhome. Yes, it is expensive. Yes, it is a big, heavy motorhome. But in terms of luxury travel, you won't get much better than this. It's fully laden with all the gadgets and gizmos you're going to need. Obviously, if you want to add more, you certainly can. But otherwise, I say this is pretty well spec, to be fair. I've certainly enjoyed having a look around. The liner for two is one of my favourites. It has been for some time, and it's also one of Jules's favourites as well. What we like is the fact you've got a proper lounge to lay out in, nice big television, and then you pop upstairs to bed when you want. And you've also got that nice washroom and shower. Really nice motorhome. Hopefully you've enjoyed having a look around as well. I will put all the links in the description as usual to Carthago so you can spec one up, and also to Kimberley Caravans and Motohromes, who've kindly invited us to come and film this review today. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.